Hi guys! So by the thumbnail, I think you know what I'm going to talk about. Summer 1, Tropicalia. I love the name. I live in California, so of course I'm going to love it. I live close to the beach, so this is like all the vibes that this bored housewife incorporates in her daily life anyways. So let's see what I have to say about this new collection. To start off, as always, I like to always pay homage to what I'm wearing. As well, I just want to acknowledge, yes, it's a different background. Yes, it's a new camera. I'm just trying to always learn more about doing this because this is all new adventure for me for the last year. And it's actually been really nice stress reliever during one of the hardest years. So I really am thankful to all of you supporting that. As well, I'm not somebody who is a professional photographer, filmographer, lighting. I'm all learning this. So as I edit, I'm seeing areas of improvement and I'm really trying my best. So bear patience with me on the videos, because if you hear different sounds or things are just not as good as other YouTubers, trust me, I'm seeing it as well and I'm trying my best to learn and ever so grow the channel and grow the content as well as the quality. So I really appreciate you guys understanding and hanging in there with me. I, as always, like to pay a little homage to what I'm wearing. I have a little mix-up of old and new. Oh, yes. Oh, ice, ice, baby. I have very beautiful vintage with new. This is the Raspberry Labradorite from the fall. We all know this style. I liked it because it's nice to mix and match. I really do love mixing vintage with new. And then I really do dig like new revivals, you know? So I can't wait. I really hope we see more. I'm so excited and I'm looking forward to that being blessed into our life. Some more revivals of old vintage just revamped, because that is my shtick, guys. So now that we're done discussing what is blessing me today, I want to talk about Summer 1. As always, you guys know that the launches and these releases are just so large, and I spend a lot of money to do this, and so I do have to break it up though in certain videos. Otherwise these videos would be way too long, and at times I already feel that they're kind of long, so we have to try to play around here. So what I'm going to focus on this video is going to be the main stuff that we all have been seeing on newscasts and all around. I don't know if you guys got to see that promo video that Kendra got released on this Tropicalia, but that was pretty dang cool. I loved the retro 70s vibe and that old broken up video like it was filmed back in the day. I love that stuff. I have such a vintage heart that I really dig that kind of stuff. On this one, I'm going to focus more on the Savannah and the Lillia, and then we'll get to like the Molly and the Pearl stuff in the next video. So let's get into this, because I have some feedback as usual. Okay, so I want to jump right into the main cabana here. I want to start off with the main gals, because this stuff is incredible as far as how the concept was derived. Leah in the head design actually had to chisel a wax mold to get this intricate design for this Savannah suite. Isn't that just incredible? Even though I may not like a particular piece, or it's not really my type of jam where I'm going to purchase it to keep it in my collection, does not mean that I don't appreciate the effort and the thought behind the process and the design. I have always said I adore the brand, no matter if it's positive or negative feedback. It's just feedback in my one person's opinion. But I have always appreciated the process that they go through, have supported, even when it's a design that I don't care for, have supported the brand and want to pay homage to the fact that it's not easy. It's a daunting process. It goes from like a drawing concept in somebody's mind and head to come to fruition and into the consumer's home. It's a lot. It's a task that is commendable and should be appreciated, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes that don't get to have that recognition, like the people who are more of the face and who we see in the videos on Facebook and YouTube. There's a lot of people behind the whole design. I mean, we're talking about from drawing to people doing watercolors of it, to people doing the CAD drawings, to the actual like 3D model of it. It's incredible. And I think they did a phenomenal job on how it was designed video. And if you haven't seen that, please go and find it. If you are having troubles finding it, come and join my group if you haven't already, because I posted a link in that group, I believe, as well on my page, Kendra Scott Collectors and Addicts. And then always, if you follow me on Twitter, I try to retweet those as well. So, and it's the same board, it's the Bored Housewife on all the social medias. But I am just godsmacked on how intricate the design is, and I appreciate it. These are acrylic, and they did it in acrylic, and they also did it, this is kind of sad though, they did it in metal, but you guys are going to be bummed as me because one arrived broken, so I only have one that I can actually show off. Ooh, look at that. That light is really shining on it, isn't it? I'm trying to show you guys up close so then that way, there we go, focus. So it doesn't have like the beads in the middle like the acrylic design, but that's okay. It's a nice individual piece. When I first saw it, kind of reminded me of like a picture puddle, like a puddle, until you see it up close, and then you can see the design of the dramatic leaf. It's really cool. This one, the post came broken. See, no post to put in the ear, so unfortunately this is definitely going back. Even if I like it or not, I have to send it back. But let's start off with the acrylic ones. I appreciate the design very much, and I appreciate the thought process, like I've already said. These are expensive puppies. They are acrylic though, so that is lightweight, which is kind of nice for those who can't handle the weight of an earring but want to participate in statements. This is definitely accomplishing that for those consumers. These were $118, so you know they cost some money for a lightweight acrylic. I feel like compensation definitely is deserved though for the process that it took to manufacture these and get it out to the consumer. So I am conflicted, especially after watching that incredible video. But then I have to sit as the consumer and think, even with that thought process and the times that we're in now, is it a smart choice? Is this something that I really dig and love? Well, one, you know me in the color blue. I love it. It pops. Turquoise has always had my heart. It's something that Kendra Scott started out with. That was her main jam in the beginning. So I think I do adore the color a lot. These are biggins, and they're definitely summer vibe, guys. This is definitely beach summer vibe, and I can totally appreciate that. I'm on the fence though. That's what I'm getting at. I am on the fence. I like them. They're cool. Totally different. I am so thankful they are wearable, because when I was seeing them in pictures, I was like, those look like they're going to be heavy. How in the hell is someone like us going to be able to wear them? And I like good statements. So, you know, me, I can handle good Danielles or things of that nature. I was happy and pleasantly surprised to put these on and feel that it is something that is wearable. It is poppy. You know, you can wear a ball cap and, you know, dress it up or dress it down, have your hair up, be a little more classier, fun, summer barbecue. So I'm very conflicted. So these kind of items where I'm conflicted, sometimes I just have to leave it to you and tell you to go try it on, see it in real life. This is an IRL for sure. IRL for sure. You're going to have to see it in real life. If you're not next to a store, have it purchased through the website, have it to you, try it, fill it out. Don't like it, send it back. That's the thing I love about Kendra Scott. You know, the return through the mail is amazing. And even if there is a little bit of a misunderstanding, you talk to customer service and they resolve. The customer service at Kendra Scott is phenomenal. So it makes consumers like us who are not near a store a lot more willing to purchase online. They've made that so easy for consumers like us. So I definitely appreciate that. I just feel like this is definitely going to be a case-by-case situation. I do like these, and it's my birthday month, you guys. Oh, I'm so excited. So I am, and that's the tough question, what am I going to buy with my birthday code? You know, you get that 50% off. So I think that if you could use a birthday code on this, I think it's feasible. Retail is pretty dang high, but then like I said, I can appreciate it. So I'm just a little confused on my true feelings, and maybe I will just simmer on it for a bit, and then who knows, you'll see it on me in another video. It's one of those that you do kind of have to just give it time, I think. I think it's one that you definitely can't just pop off with a judgment. I mean, we're not supposed to be judgy people anyways. We all need to have a little bit more patience. So I think that this is going to require extra patience. And one thing I also noticed is it is kind of cool because look at it's more long curved linear here, but then you have like the more bulbous. You can switch, so it does kind of give a different vibe when depending on how you're going to wear it, which side's going to be closest to your face. I do think it is a complimentary design for someone with my face structure, so I do like that. It's really a hard one. So the acrylic I'm having a hard one with. Let's see if the all metal I'm going to have a hard one with. Okay, hair's still back because we're going to dive into the Savannah all metal. I got it in vintage gold. I'm sorry, this new camera I'm still getting used to. There we go, it focused. Again, I'm sorry we only get to have one. I'm kind of sad about that because I do like to have the complete set on, especially when it's these expensive statement pieces. But, you know, it is what it is, and we'll work around it. The other acrylics, just so you know, they did come a little damaged too. The post was curved on one. I don't know why they're coming this way, but if you're going to consider purchasing these, I would definitely probably do it through a store via phone order, so then that way you can request from the store that they take a little more TLC in packaging it so that these posts arrive safe. It was really weird that I have had 2 earrings in a order that actually came damaged. Usually, you know, one in a while, but it was odd. So I think it's just because of the new design and the way it is. We want to take as many precautions as possible. So just like the acrylic, these are $118. The difference is this has more weight to it than the acrylic. And that's probably a natural good assumption to have anyways. As we know, metal weighs more than acrylic. But they are a little bit more heavy duty. So if you can't handle weight, I would suggest not considering this. I do like it, but I think when it comes to the statement portion of this, and I want to change the other ear so it can get noticed by both sides, I think what I would consider, I think I would consider the acrylic more than I would the metal because it does give more of a pop. So let's just go ahead and try both versions on and you guys can see the difference. I think the acrylic, because it's a color and because of the size, does give a little more pop. See, there we go. You know, if I was to get one, I think for sure I would go with the acrylic. It is a statement earring. I feel like this is just too blendy for what it is. Even if my hair was out of the way, I think it's just, I like the acrylic more. I really do, you guys. One thing I did just notice when I was putting this on, the post, so there is, I think, something with the post, because look what happened. I was just putting this on the other ear, and look what happened. It bent. And I think because the weight of this particular one is causing that. And the way that it's placed, I can see that it's glued maybe. So maybe it's just the design in this post is not the best. Maybe it needs to be a little bit more sturdier of a post, because let's face it, the one came broken and now this one, look at that, it just totally bent on me when all I did was just try to put it on the back. And that's something we naturally do thousands upon thousands of times within our lifetime, right? I have good practice, so I think there's something wrong with this. I don't know if I just got a dud too. Sometimes, you know, you can just get a dud. But be cautious. If you are going to invest in this, be cautious. That's something I have just discovered. So yeah, if I was going to buy either one, I think I would like this one. Not because of the weight issue, because of the way it looks on me and the way it just is more of a statement. That's all. And like I said, I think this is a case by case. The good news though is, right, I'm not poo-pooing it. I don't think it's a failure like I have said on some other pieces. So we just started though. So let's see what else this has in store for us. One of the cool things I want to show you before I get into the other one is look at the back of the design. The KS is actually stamped in. I hope you can see it unfocused. Look at how cool the KS is stamped in under the post. That is a cool new little thing. I like these little kind of details, you know, and I've always expressed that with the little crystal here. Maybe if this is something that they're going to start doing, this type of construction, and then they stamp it, maybe bedazzle it with the little crystal like you do with the ring. You guys, you know you have me at the ice and the bling. So let's bling everything out at Kendra Scott, especially for $118. What is it to bore a little hole to put a little crystal chip in there? Not much, I don't think. And it would be appreciated. Like I said, one thing I love about Kendra Scott is they're thorough with their designs. From beginning to end, they are very thorough with the whole process, the whole design. So that's something that I would love, that little personal touch. It's like as if Kendra herself has touched each item. Food for thought, just my opinion. Let's get on to the real other stuff, because I want to talk about it all. So the Savannah not only had those statement earrings, but it had a whole collection, which we all like, but it also came with another kind of earring, and it's just a more smaller drop earring than those big statements. And it was in metal colors. These are vintage gold, just because I'm on a vintage gold thing and I'm trying to enhance my vintage gold collection. And I'm still getting used to this camera, guys, sorry. These are $78. They did come in silver and gold, just as well as those big statement ones came in silver and gold. And I thought when I first saw the collection in pictures and online, I thought, oh, those big statement earrings, what were they thinking? And then I saw these smaller drops and I said, well, if anything, I'm going to go for the smaller drop. That's probably more my cup of tea. How many times do I tell you guys, you can't judge it by the pictures? You know, I have been so proven wrong so many times that it's, at this point, I can't even count how many times I've been proven wrong, because I'll judge the item based on what I'm seeing in these pictures and videos. And I will go, okay, yes, this is more me, this isn't me. But then in the effort to go over the whole collection with you guys, I purchase everything, I get it here, and my mind's blown and I change my mind. What I thought I would like, I really don't care for, and then vice versa. Now, I'm not saying that happens all the time, but, you know, I've had that happen a little bit more than I actually anticipated. These drops are cute. I do like them. They are lighter than the other ones. I don't know if I like the vintage gold for me. Maybe I should have tried silver. Unfortunately, because this was a very, very pricey collection, besides it being super large of a release, the prices have increased. So it was a little bit more expensive, and I couldn't get all color combinations, as I do try. You notice the smaller collection releases, I will buy one of every color so we can talk about it. But the larger releases, I do have to kind of pick and choose, and I do try my best. And I try to represent in different color tones and go out of my box. Unfortunately, I was thinking that I was going to like these so much and keep them that I decided to get it in the vintage gold as well as the big statement ones. I should have probably tried the silver. I mean, I like them. I'm not saying that they're bad in vintage. I'm saying for me at this moment in my point of collection and everything, I think I would have liked them in the silver. Vintage gold is nice, but for this kind of design, I'm feeling like the leaf, of course, represents, like the name, Tropicalia, more summer. And I think for summer, vintage gold is not a metal color that I really would associate with summer. Summer to me is light, bright, and more of gold, especially silver. That's just my opinion on it. Not everyone's the same, but these are cute. And if you want to add this release to your collection and don't want to go out on a limb on those bigger ones, I recommend these smaller drops. They're cute, and they were $78. We all know that there's codes floating out there, or you could use your birthday discount. So let's see what else we have in this collection. So the next thing, I've kept the earrings on because the next thing is going to be this choker. They have incorporated that leaf design in the choker. And these metal pieces are getting pretty shiny with the light that I'm using. Sorry guys. The new camera and everything, I'm getting used to how to display, so I do apologize. It's the same, you know, we've been seeing a lot of this kind of choker. It's very reminiscent to me with what we just saw with the Rylan, and even back in last fall, we saw several chokers kind of like this. Matter of fact, I have a thumbnail with one just like this, similar, in the Sydney collection. So I do appreciate it. I have actually grown to like these chokers. At first, I was not a fan, but after seeing myself in the mirror and then also in pictures and on these videos, I've actually kind of liked and dug the look that it presents. But they are a hefty price to pay. This one was $158. And that, my friends, I think is one of the most expensive, you know, non-demi-fine or fine jewelry pieces for a choker that I haven't yet seen one for $158. So like I said, prices do seem to be going up. It's nice, and for me, it's not that uncomfortable. It's a very comfortable feeling. It doesn't poke you in the back like some have. I feel that it's comfy. It's comfy. It's got a good weight to it. So, you know, I do like to incorporate, you know, the weight with the value, but it's nice. If I was to keep this, I think I would definitely use my birthday discount. I don't think even with 15 or 20% off, or even 25% off, I've seen some of that, would I still purchase it. The price, especially during this fiscally hard time for many of us, is just a little bit too much for people like me with families. So that is one deterrent, one major deterrent actually. But if you have the means and that is not an issue for you, I think this is a very complimentary collection. I think this looks very nice with the earrings and the choker. But it doesn't end with the choker and the earrings. There's another piece. So let's accessorize with that and see what this whole collection looks like on one of us. The hair is still back to show off the earrings with the choker, but we also have a beautiful cuff that I got in silver, so you're going to see it in a different color tone. This was $78. You know, that's typical what we see for cuffs and bracelets, so I'm not totally taken by that price tag. The fit, though, is not really that comfortable for me, and it did not come in a size option like we've been seeing recently, like small, medium, large. This was just one size, but it came in gold, vintage gold, and silver. So it does fit, but it's not a comfortable fit for me. You could see it kind of digs in the back for someone like me with bigger wrists. So this is unfortunately an investment I probably wouldn't make. I'm sure you can adjust it accordingly to you. So if you have smaller wrists, of course, you probably can clamp it a little bit smaller, and I'm sure you can manipulate it a little bit bigger. But a part of me kind of hates doing that, especially for the price that you pay. I feel that I would like to have the piece in its original state, because every time that you lift prongs or you manipulate the metal, it softens it, and then over time you can also get it to a point where it will break. So I do like to have it in the natural state that it comes from the company, versus, you know, always playing with it. Because let's just face it, Kendra Scott is an expensive brand. It's a brand that we all adore and love, and it's worth it to us to invest in it. So we want to make sure, though, that our investment lasts and that we're going to be able to enjoy these pieces down the line and give it to our children or grandchildren or whatever state in life we are. So, you know, we want to make sure it lasts. I'll tell you what, this is going to last, though. So it's got some weight to it. It's a collection that will survive the time. I do like this. I think this is really cute. Oh, you know what? Let's put the statement earring in, so then you can see it as a whole collection and see if that you want the statement earring with the choker and the bracelet. So, thumbnail. I love doing, like, I feel like I'm a QVC model at times, guys. Here we go. And today's special, only 3 payments of, I feel like I could be. But, you know, it's a cute collection. And I definitely like, let's see, I'll get a little bit closer. Here's the statement with the choker, and then here's the drop. I think I like the drop better with the choker, because I feel like these kind of actually like meet each other, that they're going to hit, you know? So I do like the drop better with the choker, and maybe just the statement needs to be on its own. You have your hair up and just have it as on its own with the cuff, or you adorn your neck with a more smaller necklace, so that way this is the shining star for the night or day. That's just my feeling. If you are a type of person like me that works on the phones a lot, you're definitely going to want this versus this, because this is not going to be comfortable. This is a going out piece, or if you're in a job where you don't have to be on the phone that much, then definitely. But for me, I think this is the smarter, longer day setup here, if that makes sense. That is all for this leafy type, but we do have hoops, and I want to get into showing those off. So let's see what those hoops look like. So we also got some just regular hoops in the Savannah collection in acrylic. The colors mimic that of the Statement Lillia leaf earring. You could get it in this mauve color, and this mauve color also comes in that leaf. So you can get it in this mauve, or you can get the hoops in this also turquoise color. I chose to try the mauve since I got the leaves in that turquoise and see how it is. I like it. It has got more marbling than the leaf does, and I'm sure there's going to be variations with the leaf. If you leave that little clear ring on the backing, it's going to cause it to flare out. Thanks to a wonderful Kendra Scott's sister, she gave me the tip. If you take that off, hoops will sit better. They'll sit more linear, so, or vertical. So that's a great tip, but for the sake of the video, I am not going to do that because I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these. They weren't too bad on the price spectrum. They were $58, so that's not too bad. I think it is the more feasible piece out of the whole Savannah collection. The mauve is nice, but for me, I do think that the turquoise would be a better pop and definitely show off. But because I got those hoops from last year in the turquoise that had like the broken up turquoise and other colored pieces in acrylic, I wouldn't purchase these hoops because they're too similar. However, the mauve isn't bad. It's just more subtle. And it actually kind of goes with this shirt a lot. I kind of like it with this shirt. I feel like it's elephant ears though that they're hanging out, and it's all because of that round clear piece on the backing. Once you remove that, they do sit better like this. These are cute though. They are cute. I do like it with this shirt, believe it or not. I think I may keep these just because of this shirt, and I love this plum color, so I have a lot of it, and I think this is a great complementary piece for that color. Yeah, so I do like them, and I'm actually kind of surprised because it's the first time I've tried them on since getting them in the box, and I was not really sold when I saw them after unpackaging them because they are acrylic, and I'm like, geez, for $58, you know, I got a little judgy. They do have a pearlescent type of effect color, so that's kind of nice. So in real life, you see a little bit different of an aspect on it. There's so many hoops though. And I do love hoops, but then, you know, you could get to a point in your collection where it's like, it's just too much. It's too much. So you do have to be picky and choosy. It's a lightweight hoop. So if you're a person that has been wanting to enhance your collection, your hoop collection, but have not been successful because it's too heavy, you're going to find success with this one for sure. So it's not bad, and I think the price point is actually super feasible for being one, Kendra Scott, and being part of this collection. You know, everything else is pretty expensive. So if you want to enjoy the Savannah collection and say that you at least have a part of summer one, but can't afford the other pieces, then I definitely think these hoops are for you. But they are cute. And I've seen them on other people. I don't know if you guys watched that newscaster who was promoting this new pop-up store with the new collection. She was wearing them. So it is an intriguing piece, and it definitely catches people's eye. It caught my eye when I saw her wearing it, and I was excited to see it. As a matter of fact, she was wearing this exact color. So it's fun. Fun. I wouldn't be surprised if they release more of this hoop in the acrylic hoop in summer. I have a feeling that they may go ahead and release this in more colors. That they're just teasing us at first to see what the consumers' feedback is on it, and I wouldn't be surprised. So that is all she wrote for the Savannah. I will like to get on to the Lillia, because that is got some pieces that make you go, So let's start. Let's start off with the earrings. I'm going to show you 2 pairs of earrings, bracelets, and a necklace that is a very controversial necklace. But let's start with the hoops. Now, I did get these ones in both color schemes because, well, 2 color schemes. There was another color scheme. I got this beautiful sea glass because I am very intrigued for my own collection. These were $88. So, like I said, everything seems to be going up. I would feel like, you know, even a few months ago, these would have been like $78. So I don't know if it's an overall increase or just an increase because of the type of material in this collection. I wasn't really fond, and you guys know, in spring with this pearl. I like pearls, but it has to be a certain situation for me. And the other pearls were really bulbous and really stuck out there, and to me was a little more on the obnoxious, cheapy looking side. So I was a little more attracted how this pearl has more of a natural tone to it. It has curves, and it's not that perfect round. So it does make it look a little more natural, along with this sea glass type of beading and color scheme. Makes it seem a little bit more like it is from our oceans and from the sea and the beach life. So I do dig that. And I like this color scheme for this hoop. These were the ones that I was really excited to try on for my, like I said, my own collection. I think these are really great too to dress up and dress down. The other set that we just saw in spring, you guys know I did not care for it, and you guys know my feelings about it. However, these have a slight difference to them, so it's not that obnoxious bead. It's more natural, more flowy. It feels more classier and something that adults like us would wear. And so I do appreciate these new Savannah hoops and can really get on board with it. Now, like I said, they had it in this color scheme. They had it in this shell that you guys have seen, that they're beads that are shell shaped. They're not shells, they're beads. And then they also had it in this natural tone that I actually kind of like, because, you know, sometimes you just want to be a little bit more down to earth. And I feel like this one could definitely, compared to this green, could definitely be a little bit more dressed up and dressed down. So you can have it a little bit more casual for a night out with that black dress, or you can, you know, have it with a baseball cap. So I feel like it's a little bit more diverse than compared to this one, which I think is a little bit more on the casual side, if that makes sense, and I hope it does. I do like that it has the silver tones with this warm ivory color. Usually you see a lot of gold with ivory, but it allows that ivory bead to stand out more than the hardware. I think it's a very complimentary piece as a whole. And like I said, I feel like we could dress these up and dress them down. So it has that versatility, which definitely helps you in the long run, especially when you're trying to justify the purchase to your husband or spouse. So I like it when these pieces can be worn for different occasions and different outfits. I do dig it. I dig it. I think it's I like them both. So for me, it would be a hard decision. However, I think if I was to have to commit, if an alien came down from the skies and said, you have to pick one, I'd pick this one just because of the versatility. But I really like the playfulness of this and the fact that it just reminds me of the ocean. And let's just see these beauties one more time. And like I said, they're $88, which you can swing, especially if you use your birthday discount, $44. So let's see the other pieces that go with these hoops. So I left these colored hoops on because the necklace I want to talk about is in this color scheme. So I could get it in that sea glass, I could get it in the shell one, but I just wanted to see this more neutral, versatile color as a collection for myself. And this is $88. It's very simple of a design. It is this bead with metal, unlike the cord and string that we saw in spring. It has that movable back clasp. I'm on the fence on the necklace as a whole. It's cute. Yes, it matches. Also, real quick, the one downfall for these earrings, even though I do like them, your hair is going to have to be up. If you have long hair, I was taking the blue ones or the green ones off and they got caught in my hair and took out some of my hair. So that is the downfall with these kind of beads. The scarlet ones did the same thing. Here is the necklace. It's cute. This color is definitely not going to pop on you. You know, it's not a big statement. It's a layerable piece. I don't know if I am completely wowed with the collection as a whole. That's the thing. It's cute. I think like it's one of those collections that I might buy one piece and not so much the full collection. It's very simplistic though too. And if that's your jam, then I would recommend this. For me, I like to go out and show my jewelry off. But there are occasions where you need to be a little bit more classier, and I think this is one of those pieces that can be dressed up, like I said. Now, I think in the other color scheme that, yes, it's going to pop a little bit more, but the overall design to me is so simplistic that I don't know if I really dig it as something that I would wear all the time. That's just my honest opinion. And not much more I can say about it. It does come in that beaded. It does come in the, like I said, the green and the shell beads. And that might give it a little bit different flavor to be a little more excited over. Otherwise, this is very monotoned and just a neutral option for your life. And that's all I have to say about it. So let's get on to the last two pieces in this particular collection. I'm just keeping it on so that way you guys can see it as a whole. You did get stretch bracelets with them. Now I did get the stretch bracelets in the two different colors because I wanted to see it, because here's your sea glass and that pearl is just dangling, and I wanted to see what that looked on. And it's a very comfortable bracelet though. It's a stretch bracelet, so it does fit, and it fits very comfortably. I personally don't care for the pearl hanging down. I don't like the look of that, and that's just me. I personally don't like it. I think I would have preferred to see it more incorporated as a whole versus just it hanging there, because one thing I can see is this breaking off very easily, especially if you're a person that likes to stack on your arm. I could see it getting entangled in other pieces, and then just, it would be an unfortunate accident, but it's something that I could kind of foresee happening. I also got it in the shell that I've been talking about, and here's this shell. And, you know, it's something different. I have another piece that I'll get to in this shell. I'm not so sure about it for a bracelet. I think what's happening to me right now is I can't get over this pearl, and it's just ruining it completely for me. This shell option though is $10 more. So this is $78. If you got it in this color, it would be $78 too, but this one's $88. And see what I'm talking about this? My hair keeps getting entangled in these hoops. So even though I like them, I probably wouldn't get them now. Now that I'm wearing them and kind of like moving around, I don't like the fact that my hair's getting caught in it and it's going to rip it out. And at this point in my life, I want to keep as much hair as possible. It's definitely going to be one of those pieces that you have to have your hair up. And so then that kind of like dimmers down, do I really want to invest in it? Honestly. So, and then this, again, I think $88 is a stretch on the stretch bracelet. That's a lot. And it's not real shells. They're these shell beads. And you'll see a little bit more of the detail in the next piece I want to show you. So let's get on to that. Still wearing it, because I do want to try to show you the whole collection on. So here's the next piece, and it is this ever so chunky statement 2-layered necklace, and it only comes in this shell bead option. See, they are shells looking. When I first saw this, I was, ugh. It actually reminds me of those Necco wafers, that old time candy. We actually get those for our gingerbread houses every year because it makes a great roof, and it's great to use on your gingerbreads. So when I saw it, I definitely went right to that because it comes like this, and they're that big and chunky. I also was very taken back by the price. It's $228 at Kendra Scott. For some reason though, at Dillard's it was $198. So I don't know if that's because Dillard's has an agreement or something, but I found that odd that it would be $198 at that store, but at Kendra Scott, the actual brand who created it, it's $228, $30 more. So that kind of took me off. Even with your birthday discount, this is a very hefty, pricey piece. One thing though is it does come pre-layered for you, but you don't have to keep it that way. And I will show you that in a bit. However, I want to put this on. They do have, like, what's cool is like on the clasp itself, it has the littlest, tiniest logo. And then on the inner, and hopefully you can see it, is the Kendra Scott stamp. So looking at it, I was taken back and not really excited. Seeing the price, wasn't really excited. And packaging it, wasn't really excited. However, when I would put it on, I was actually surprised on how I felt about it. My feelings changed when I put it on. These earrings are just, I'm going to have to take them off. Sorry, guys. Ooh. My hair is getting too entangled in this. Sorry, guys. Ow. Yeah. It's just, it's not tight. So because it's not a tight fit, for instance, like the Reese hoops, there's too much of a gap allowing your hair to get entangled. But no, that is done and I don't have to worry about it. So here we are with this statement necklace. I thought it was hideous. Honest to God. I showed my husband. I was like, what in the heck were they thinking? I mean, seriously, I could not believe it. Not only for the design, but for the price point. But then I put this on and I'm like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I actually kind of like it on. Surprise! I for sure thought I was going to tell you guys, don't get it. Don't even think about it. I actually considered not even getting it. That's how much I did not care for it when I first saw it. I was like, I felt actually insulted. I felt very insulted that they would even push this out there for us. I did. That was my honest gut feelings. But once I got it and I put this on, not only do I love it, it feels so comfy. It's like a hug. It like hugs you. It's so comfortable that I am actually thinking that I'm going to use my birthday discount for it. Because $228 is a lot. But if I could get it half off, then yes, wholeheartedly consider it, please. Because we all, let's just be honest, ladies, especially if you're a longtime collector, you have put out some money for those vintage pieces. And we're talking more than $200. So we're all guilty of it. So when it comes to a piece that we really, really want and adore, we will shell that money out. However, a lot of the new stuff, that's the trendy stuff, we haven't really been motivated that much and we'll only acquire it if we get a good deal on it. Guilty as charged here. This though, I was just really surprised by my feeling of it. And I think it looks good. I actually do like it. I think it's a perfect, let's just square everything up here. I think it's perfect where it sits on me. I know it sits probably a little bit lower on some people. I could even buy an extender and have it sit a little bit lower. But I really do dig it. You guys know me and these multi-layered necklaces that come pre-multi like this. I don't like it. But this is a different effect because the chains are bigger. These are bigger. They're not going to get tangled as the little ones do. Those dainty ones do. So I've been converted. I really do like it. This is the thing. As I always tell you, you have to see it. Sometimes you have to go in that store or you just have to, bite your lip, buy it and try it, and then you can send it back if you don't want it. Look at what it does to even this color. Because it has those pink hues, it goes. You can wear yellow. This thing is summer and it is beachy vibe and everything, but it actually, the colors and the hues in it allow you to have a lot of freedom on the outfit you're going to wear. I know I'm doing a lot of hand gestures here, but I couldn't believe how much I liked it. This one took me by surprise. The cool thing too, because, you know, when I get these pieces, I look them over. The cool thing too is that, ooh, sorry guys, you can disassemble it. It's not affixed as one. So you know, I like to play with these. They have these clasps in the back that we've been seeing a lot of, you know, and because they're bigger clasps, you can go ahead and take these necklaces apart fairly easy, and it's not anything. You can wear them individually because there's two clasps. You could technically wear it like this. You don't have to have the two clasps. So I can wear it. Oops, let's get her. I could just wear the chain or just that beaded one, which then means that for $228, I'm technically getting two Kendra Scott necklaces. And the chain itself is pretty sturdy. It's cool. It's a vintage gold. So you have a vintage gold chain. We all have been seeing the chains. A lot of us own a lot of those different chain pieces, so I do like it. Downfall though is hair. The hair situation is going to happen with this one. It does taper though in the back on the size of the bead. So, I mean, maybe that will help, but you're definitely going to have to be wary of that. Is it going to be as bad as the hoops? I don't think so. Because the hoops are where they're placed, the hair tends to get a little bit more snagged there, I believe, than when it comes to necklaces. So, you know, that's to each is their own on that. For me, if my hair gets tangled in an earring, it really puts me off of that piece versus necklaces. I think we've all dealt with our hair and necklaces in the back. You know, I don't think there is a necklace that is 100% tangle free. So, but earrings, you can try to avoid that a little bit more than necklaces. But to give you an idea, you can just wear this on its own and have it just as a single piece as you want. See, there we go. Let's just get her all aligned. See? However, I do kind of like the mix, and I think with this, having that chain really oomphs it up and is a little bit more complementary to help pop this strand though, if that makes sense. Because on its own, it just looks a little bit big, beaded necklace. But with the chain, it really does give that extra oomph to show it off. So, but you know, you may just want to wear the chain itself, and that's where I dug this, because I could wear that vintage gold too chain by itself. So that is the nice thing about this necklace, and surprised the heck out of me, and I'm sure you guys are surprised that I'm saying that, because some Kendra Scott sisters and I had a conversation about it when we first saw it coming out, and like I said, I had some harsh feelings in the beginning, but I have been converted. Thank you, Kendra Scott. Thank you, Leah, for designing it. Thank you to all who participated in this one. And I will go ahead and sincerely apologize for being judgmental on it at first. And I mean that. To each is their own, though. I think this is going to be a case by case. I do think, though, a lot of people out there may be enticed to get it, but I do think that the price point is going to deter many. So I think this is one of those that's going to sit around until your birthday, if you really are a diehard for it. There is one more in this Lillia that I want to show you, and then we'll be close to the end. So hang in there, guys, just a couple more minutes. So they did do a ring. It's very simple of a ring, and I'm not really liking it. Here it is. It is just a hanging pearl. I mean, it's very simplistic. And I know that that will get to a lot of people, the simpleness of it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my ring off so then that way I could put this one on. It did have extended size. It did come in. I got it in a 9. It went up to 9. The price is $48. I think that's a little much. I'm a little insulted by the price for what you get. And here we go. You get to see the Lillia ring with the bracelet. I just don't like the dangly, like how it's just one dangle pearl. And it's a pearl bead. So it's just not doing it for me. I'm not impressed at all by it. It's kind of, to me, when I look at this, and not being insulting at all, but when I look at it, it's like, oh, well, what can we do to jazz it? Oh, let's just put a pearl right there. Like an afterthought. That's how I kind of feel. Or it was like, okay, well, we have the bracelets, we have the earrings, we have the necklaces. Maybe we should just put a ring in there real quick. What can we do for a ring? Here we go. Like, it was just like a really fast push, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that that's the case. And I do apologize, and don't get upset to the person who may see this, who came up with it. But that's my take on it. When I see it and feel it and put it on, that's how I feel. That's how my take on it. So unfortunately, this is a no-go for me, just like the bracelets. I do like the bracelets as far as them being comfortable, but again, I can't get past that dangly pearl. And it's just, these kind of bracelets move. So I could see it being like, especially if you're like an OCD type A type of person, I could see this bracelet moving, and then the bead's going to be dangling in the back, and then you're just going to be constantly trying to fix it, and that could be a real nuisance and aggravation in life that we don't need. So that is all she wrote for this Lillia. Like I said, I was digging the hoops, but as I've been wearing them, not so much. My hair is more important to me than the hoops, unfortunately. So I'm not going to keep those, but I am going to keep, I'm going to use my birthday discount and for this and receive this. This is something I am going to keep. I've been converted. I love it. So that is the only thing for me that I am keeping in this collection. Again, case by case though, I think. Let's get to the very last thing I want to show off. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is we have seen revivals from last year. What we saw with the McKenna, we're seeing it come back in a new form with a new stone. Then we're also seeing the Scarlet come out. Being that I have already reviewed those, and I do have those videos here on my channel still from a year ago, I decided to not purchase those because it's an item that we have already seen. And the difference on the Scarlet was very minute, that it wasn't worth it. It wasn't a big change. It wasn't something so significant that I felt that I had to give my feedback on. So I opted not to purchase that stuff. However, I did go for the drop earrings because the new stone I wanted to see. The new stone is called Iridescent Mint, and when I think of iridescent, I'm thinking of a real shine that has a different shimmer in different lighting situations. So every picture, every video that's been posted of these, I couldn't see the iridescent, and I just was confused why it would be called iridescent. It's more translucent is what it is. It's not so much iridescent in my opinion. It's beautiful and it is something different. It's not, but it's not but it's not iridescent to me. it's translucent, and it's sea glass-esque, if that makes sense, which falls, and I hope I can get it. See, from my view, I can see the light shimmering through. Hold on, I'm going to get a flashlight, and let's see. So I got a flashlight, and I'm armed with this because I want to try to show you guys that, to me, it's translucent. It's so much like that beautiful green sea glass that you find when you're walking the beach. So it is very nice of a piece to have. Very durable quality. This is Kendra Scott that we expect and like to see when it comes to our normal Kendra Scott pieces, not all these trendy pieces. So it is a gorgeous piece. So let's see if my experiment's going to work with this new camera. So let's see here. Can you see? See, there we go. You can see if it would focus, and I can't do my hand, but do you see how like you could see the light? So it's more, it's just like a cloudy window-esque, you know? It's really, it's beautiful. This is an IRL. You're going to have to see it. I think you're going to have to go into the store to really understand and see it for yourself. I already own this in, was it the Lilac Abalone last year? And I bought it in this color, or in this style. I like the sea glass though. It's really fun. And it's a really complimentary, nice color. I think that this was very successful of a stone to release. I'm kind of glad we're getting this versus another manipulated abalone shell situation, especially since she's bringing the shell breeds out, and that's what we saw. So it was nice that we got a stone. I love the shape. You know, last year it was explained that the inspiration came from butterfly wings. I like it, and I actually am going to keep these. I do like it that much. So I do think it's a keeper. It's not iridescent in my opinion, so it doesn't have that shine. It has almost kind of like that dullness that sea glass has. But then when you hold it, the beauty of it is the translucence of it. So I really dig it. Unfortunately, in the camera right now, it's not showing you what I'm seeing in real life. And that happens sometimes. But this is a in real life stunner, and I really encourage you all to get it. And it wasn't really bad in price. It was $88. So for $88, we've seen some pieces that were not, in my opinion, that worthy of it. I mean, for $88, you can get this, or you can get this. Which one would you get? And that's my opinion. It's just, it's got that perfect weight and the durability. And to me, this is going to last longer than this, because this is just beads on a string, and we all know that a lot of times with these kinds of bracelets, the string will deteriorate and can break, and then you have your beads off, your $88 worth of beads and everything on the ground, and you're trying to fix it and seeing what you can do to salvage it, versus this, which is probably going to last longer. You're going to display it nicely and have it arranged with the rest of your collection. So that is my 2 cents on this piece and on this whole collection. We do have all that really beautiful beaded. That's the Molly and Eileen. Again, it was too much of a collection, so I had to split it up, and so that's going to be part 2, and that will be coming. I think that this was a mixed bag. it's been like that lately on these releases. For speaking on just what I showed you in this video, the feeling's half and half. So, you know, it's going to be to each as their own on certain pieces. I hope, though, that I still am helping you guys decide and that you all are enjoying the videos. I am very blessed to see a lot of comments in my group, so I appreciate you all for that. Also, I want you guys to stay tuned because it's my birthday month, and as my birthday month, I want to celebrate, and I am going to give away on my YouTube channel. I do a lot of giveaways and games in my Facebook group, but we want to share some love towards the YouTube world. And so if you are subscribed, and we'll have more details in that actual game situation, but you're going to want to be subscribed because I am going to start doing more giveaways on my YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that, you guys. And as always, everybody, I hope you stay safe, healthy, and most importantly, happy. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.